morning, class. So before we are going to start with our lesson for today, we I think we need to have a subject orientation first. So welcome to all grade 8 students, ODL and DMDL, to our Science 8 for the third quarter. And this is going to be chemistry. So again, I'm Miss Reg, your former science teacher last grade 7. I welcome you to the third quarter. We are going to have 8 weeks of chemistry. So let's start with what will be the lesson, the flow of the lesson in grade 8 chemistry. I would like to have 3 main factors in which you are going to encounter grade 8 chemistry. First and foremost, you will be encountering a tech-driven lesson. What do I mean by this? It's going to purely be technology driven. Why? Because I'm already preparing you for the 21st century. A 21st century student or learner should be technology literate. Okay? We are not going to have an old way of learning and teaching. Okay, so as I was saying, class, your lesson will be all about technology. We are going to have this 5. First is Hyperdocs. You have been already introduced to this today. What you have received in the form of Google slide is what we know or what we call as a Hyperdocs. It is otherwise called as an interactive digital notebook, and each one of you will be having a copy of that. Now, if you are going to observe, the Hyperdoc is in the form of Google slide with hyperlinks. That's why it's called as Hyperdocs. Hyperlinks with Google Docs. And all of these hyperlinks, you are going to have a proof of that you're going to insert. Okay? The fourth one is Flipgrid. Now, Flipgrid is an educational version of TikTok. I will be enrolling you in this app, and this is going to be one of your performance tests. I will be asking you to create a video content using this Flipgrid app. And finally, the last one, for 8 weeks, you are going to have some video lesson series. What is this? What am I referring to? Before you're going to have your online class, there is an assumption already that you have watched the video lesson in Edpuzzle. Okay? That is why I'm not meeting you on the first 30 minutes. Let me explain that. For example, our class starts 8:30 to 10. Okay? I will not be meeting you at 8:30. Instead, I will be meeting you at 9 o'clock. Why? Why am I going to meet you after 30 minutes? Because during the online class, I already have this assumption that you know the lesson already. So you are going to do something on the first 30 minutes. You are going to have the pre-test and the video lesson. Then when you enter my class, that is the time that I'm going to test if you have really watched it. Either way, I have a record if you really have indeed watched it. Okay? So, ODL and DMDL, I will be meeting you during the online class after 30 minutes because there is an assumption that you have already watched the lesson that I've prepared for you. Because I'm not anymore going to have that lesson during the online class. We are going to have other activities. Now, aside from tech-driven lesson flow, what about the performance task? The performance task is going to be given on Monday. It is actually included in the Hyperdocs. And the deadline of that will be on Friday. So you are given a week, 5 days, to have the performance task. And it's only going to be once a week. So we have 8 weeks, you are going to have 8 performance tasks. Now, what is this late slip? Now, punctuality is included in the rubrics for the performance task. So what will happen if you are not going to submit it punctually? What will happen if you are going to submit it late? Well, there are two things going to happen to you. First is, of course, you are going to have deduction on the score because punctuality is included in the rubrics. And if you are not going to attach, what will happen if you are going to submit late? You need to attach a late slip. What is this late slip? A letter signed by your parents explaining why you have submitted late. Remember, class, this is only one performance task, and you are given 5 full days to accomplish this. So, if you're not going to attach a late slip on your late performance task, I'm going to return that to you with no grade. Why is it na walang grade? Because it's a requirement for me that before I'm going to check that late output, I need to know the explanation why. So do not expect na pag nag-late submission kayo, iti-checkan ko yan. No. I will be returning that to you kung walang excuse letter or letter explaining why you are late. Okay? Now, third one. Attendance for me is very important. You know that, grade 7 students. Last year, when I was your teacher, the moment that I entered the classroom, I always see to it that I check the attendance. I always ask the class monitor who is absent. So this time, attendance will always be monitored. Of course, for ODL class, we're going to meet twice a week, and for DMDL, once a week. This is especially for DMDL. Of course, ODL din. But I'm also going to have this attendance because I have been hearing things that DMDL students are not always attending the online class. Let me clarify this to you, my dear grade 8 students. ODL or online class in chemistry grade 8 is not a choice. It's a requirement. Meaning to say, wala po kayong choice. You need to attend. Especially yung DMDL, once a week na nga lang, di ba? So, if you're going to be absent, if lang ha, expect a chat, an email, or a call from me. I will be asking you why you did not attend my class. And expect that you need to have a letter signed by your parents. Why is it that the online class is very important to me? Because this is the time that I need to see you. This is the time that I need to interact with you. Okay? And you are going to do things that's very important in the online class. So we're done with the lesson. Let's now go to references. I have created class website. I will be showing this to you. Okay. Okay, class. So this is our class website. I have created this for you. If you're going to see, you can ask your parents to access this. This is a public website. You do not need to log in. So as you can have, we have here in the uppermost part, we have the lesson series, wherein we can have the subject orientation, and we have the 4 lessons here, our 4 chapters for 8 weeks, which we are going to deal with 2 weeks. Each topic will be having 2 weeks, so a total of 8 weeks. Now, under the learning materials, I've already uploaded some learning materials for you that you can download. These are all ebooks that you can use in learning grade 8 chemistry. And as you can see, we have here the Science 8 learners materials. You can actually use that and other ebooks. Now, you can also have some sample ISN contents, but I will be editing that later on. Now, in the TechVids app, you can have some apps that you can use as a way of creating content. And the gallery, I will be putting here some of your performance tasks that are worth really be in display. So I will be displaying very creative performance tasks here. Okay, so you can visit this every now and then. Now, if you have some comments, feedback, uh, you can you can comment here. There is a form here that you can ask me something about the topic or lesson. Okay, so that's it. That's our class website or grade 8 website. Okay, so that's our class website. Now, regarding the ISN, I'm going to post another vid for this or a PDF to explain the ISN contents. And finally, if you have some comments or questions regarding our lesson or any topic, kindly feel free to message me in the Facebook or in our class website. I'm available from 7:30 to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday. Okay, so that is class. Let's now go to your lesson for the day.